What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. In a sneak preview for tonight's episode of Teen Mom OG, we watch as Gary Shirley's long-suffering wife Kristina practically begs her husband not to go behind her back and bang his baby mama Amber Portwood. The whole thing is just so damn embarrassing, I can't even. The backstory is that Gary had been going to Amber's house 7 days out of the week, claiming to help with groceries, fetching her medicine, fixing her car, you name it. Gary apparently does it. You know, I mentioned in that recap that I felt like it was inappropriate for him to be there 7 days out of the week. I don't know anywhere that I am 7 days out of the week. You know, even like working people don't go to work 7 days out of the week. It's 5 days. You at least have 2 days off. So this was very odd and, you know, highly inappropriate for him as a married man, especially considering Amber's age and financial situation. Amber's about 30 years old at this point, and she's got more than enough money to hire herself a house like manager to do all of these things for her. So anyway, Christina just seems to kind of like keep on humiliating herself this season, and we're not even like 3 episodes in, right? This is just a taste of episode 2. In episode 1, she refers to Amber as Gary's second wife and their teenage daughter, and now here she is, as Gary talks about the double wide trailer that he wants to buy to put on their land for Amber to rent from them. She goes, so like, you know, I don't want there to be any funny business in the middle of the night, like you sneaking over to the trailer or anything like that. And then Gary retorts with, why would I sneak out over there? And instead of just saying she was just kidding or whatever, Christina just like awkwardly, nervously like giggles because she knows all too well that Gary would be more than happy to, you know, get back to knocking boots with Amber if he isn't already. She's probably at least a little bit in denial about the situation, just not even thinking about it, because if she did think about it too hard, she would be able to put 2 and 2 together and realize what had been going on, allegedly, what might be going on, I should say, behind her back. After asking Christina the question of like why he would do that, Gary tries to reassure her by claiming that he doesn't have romantic feelings for Amber and that ship has sailed. And again, instead of saying I know, or like I was just kidding, or like, you know, like I know, like, you know, our marriage is strong or whatever, Christina kind of just like nervously looks away. And I feel like all of these little things are a little bit telling in regards to the state of their relationship, and Gary even feeling comfortable enough as a husband to go over to his baby mama's house 7 days out of the damn week to literally do everything for her as if she were some kind of a preteen. I feel like teenagers are at least a little bit more responsible than what Amber seems to be, if what Gary and Christina are claiming about how often he's over there helping her with everything is true. Now, when it comes to Christina asking such a telling question, like, you know, you're not going to sneak over there in the middle of the night like funny business, hanky-panky or whatever, it's not exactly surprising, you guys, because remember, throughout like their early like years of their relationship, Gary was cheating on Christina with Amber and cheating on Amber with Christina from jail. Like that's how obsessed with Amber he was, that he was cheating on his girlfriend with his ex who was in jail. You know, like it's wild to me. So I'm pretty sure she knows exactly what it is that she's signed herself up for. And apparently Gary did not really allegedly end his relationship with Amber until Christina got pregnant with their daughter Emily. Also, it's kind of like interesting to watch all of this play out. Remember, these scenes were filmed months ago, but now just the other day, Amber on her Snapchat on the weekend came forward to accuse Gary of forcing her to lay on top of him in her home and even somewhat groping her as well. Now, you know, it's clear as day that Gary's form of helping Amber, going to her house 7 days out of the week, is weird. Like there's something not right about it, and it's very suspicious. So I believe Amber's claims about him. And not to mention, Amber was an underage child when Gary started messing with her and got her pregnant as a man in his 20s. And she wasn't even just some random like underage kid that he was messing with. This was his best friend's little sister, which just tells you even more how morally off this guy is. So when you put all of this stuff together, it's just not looking too good for Gary. I think that this is finally going to be the season or the year. Maybe this stuff won't play out too much longer on television. They're all sort of starting to like line up and paint the picture of him being an incredibly shady person that we might need to take a closer look at. Anyway, you guys, what do you think about Kristina practically begging her husband on television not to go behind her back and bang his baby mama, who he already cheated on her, Kristina, with for a really long time, at least a year or maybe even 2 of their relationship, you know? And then when you take into account Gary being so excited to go to Amber's house 7 days out of the week as a married father of 2, And then Amber's accusations about Gary's misconduct. Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.